what quality of life do you have to get up or not get up every morning, but just wake up and lie still in bed
Yeah.
day after day until it's time to go to sleep again and wake up the next morning and do the exact same thing?
Hey, beautiful, and welcome to Girl, Get Your Groove Back, the podcast for high achieving women and busy moms who are ready to stop surviving and start thriving. I'm your host, Coach Jamila, total wellness coach, mom of five, and your no fluff guide to real energy, hormone harmony, emotional balance, and confident living. Here, we're going to have real talk about the things that really matter, like mindset shifts, movement that fits your life, smart nutrition, sustainable self care, and the relationships that shape us. Whether you're just starting out or already getting your groove back, this space is here to help you rise, evolve, and glow from the inside out. In today's episode, I am so excited to be diving in to the power of rewriting the rules on aging with my beautiful mom, Linda Tyson. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Let's get into it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Girl, Get Your Groove Back. I am so excited to be talking about rewriting the rules on aging with my beautiful, fabulous, classy, jazzy mama, Linda Tyson. She has agreed to join me on my very, very first episode. And so we're going to dive in. It's going to be fun, exciting. I believe y'all going to get some great nuggets. So let's dive in. Mom, would you like to say anything before we start?
Well, certainly. Thank you for joining me today. I'm happy to be a part of your podcast, and I certainly hope the ladies will join you in the future and they'll have a lot to say and will benefit from it.
Yes. Well, I'm so excited once again. It's going to be a very cool, casual conversation, just like when we're talking on the phone, Mama.
There you go.
Um, but I was really inspired to bring you on because you really do inspire me. I've been so excited to see you going to the gym constantly and consistently, and just hearing about your journey, your health journey. The very first question I have for you that I'm very curious about is, what would you say is one moment in your life when you knew it was time to get your groove back, per se, and how did you go about doing that?
Well, it didn't just come upon me all at once. I think it was over a season. One of the things I looked at is when I was a younger person working with a career and children and a traveling husband, and it was so many other things pulling me in different directions that it was very difficult to really tune into yourself. And just all around me, I saw a lot of sickness in my family, the
Mm,
elderly folks in my family, the next generation or the generation after me, before
yeah.
me. And I saw strokes, cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, a lot of illnesses. And I saw the demise of a person, each individual in my family. And I decided I need to do something, but I couldn't. I was at a crossroad because it was so many things pulling me. So I always said, when I just get a break, a little bit of time, a retirement date, I'm going to really do some things. Well, when I retired in 2018, everything kind of shifted for me. I wanted to get started, but I got lazy. I decided I just wanted to do nothing for a year or so. But then I said, well, in 2020, I'm going to start doing all kinds of things. And I'm contemplating all of these different things. So in 2020, the pandemic hit.
Lord.
Everybody was in, and so you couldn't do anything then either. So it really started, just my mind was made up, and it started in 2024. I decided
Mm,
I am going to do something and I'm going to make it a lifestyle, not
yes.
just a decision or a fad or something that I'm going to do for a month. This is going to be my lifestyle from now on. And I did. So I
Yeah.
did a lot of different things. I started going out to the gym. I got a trainer and I started really working out, and I didn't like it so much at first because I was getting up at 4:30 every morning going
Come
in
on.
and getting to the gym around 5 and working out till 8, and it was just so much. And so I got to the point where I'm actually liking it now. And it's
Yes.
a part of what I do. Now, if I don't go, it feels like something is off. So,
Yes.
yeah, so I like to go and do the exercise, the weight bearing exercise. I like the yoga
Mm,
and a number of things. So I just started to do that and feeling much better, lost a little bit of weight, and it's coming off slowly, not all at once. And that's the
yeah.
way it should come off.
That's
So,
right.
so I'm excited about that. Just trying my best to eat the right things. That diet
Mm-hmm.
is still a problem for me because I'm not quite gotten to the point where I'm doing a totally healthy diet, but a lot healthier
So,
than it used to be.
yes. That's
Yeah,
right. One day at a time.
that's
That's
right. One day at a time.
one day at a time. And I like
Yeah,
what you said, because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of moms and women, people can relate, because you said it was a decision. You
yes.
decided that
Mm-hmm.
this is what I'm going to do. And I think that's where people get stuck is they're contemplating, they're in that
Mm-hmm.
contemplation phase, but then when they finally decide, like this is it, this is what I'm going to do,
That's right.
then it's easier to be consistent. But you didn't like it at first.
Mm-mm.
You were like, oh Lord, here we go.
Wasn't used to it. Yeah.
But now it's a lifestyle and
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
a part of something that you do. Like you said, if you don't do, you feel like you're missing out on something.
But you know what it's like to me? It's just like you need water to
Mm,
survive, you need
yes.
food to survive. So
Mhm.
having exercise on a daily basis is one of those needs. And so
Yes.
that's how I look at it now. Just like
Yeah.
I'm having to drink so much water a day in order to survive, I need to move my body in order
Mm,
to survive. So that's the
yes.
way I'm looking at it. And I'm telling you, it's a mindset.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a mindset shift. And it
Hmm.
reminds me, like Granddad would always say, baby, you got to move your body every day.
Hmm.
And I stand on that. I believe
Hmm.
that us moving our body keeps us living longer. And then at the same
Absolutely.
time, I want to be your age carrying groceries up the stairs and
Yeah.
doing all the things that I'm doing now. And I feel
Hmm.
like a lot of society has it to where as you get older, you get brittle and, you get
Hmm.
sick and all this. I don't think that's true. I think that we can reclaim our aging process and do
Mhm.
it with grace, and
That's
which
right.
makes me believe like I watch you as you've gotten older, and
Mhm.
I believe and I know that you have aged so gracefully.
Thank
You
you.
really inspire me. Like your hair turning gray, for example, you were like,
Mhm.
girl, it's okay, just let it turn gray.
Uh-huh.
And I just have loved watching your journey as I've become a mom and adulthood and really thinking back to when I was growing up, how grateful I am. I understand a lot more now of
Mhm.
the things you
Mhm.
went through.
Yeah.
But when you think about aging, what does aging gracefully mean to you? And do you think that definition has shifted over time?
Yes, I think for me, The first thing is aging is accepting your age,
Yeah.
accepting, and then living your best life. So at 73, I am embracing it. I embrace 74, 75. I don't care. I know a lot of people get upset when the year goes around again, but for me, you have a choice of either being here or you're not here. So if you're
Yeah.
going to be here, God has allowed you the grace to be here, then I
Mhm.
think you should accept it. I think there was a time when we were younger. Let's just even go back to when we were children. We used to always add to our age. I'm 10 and a half or
Yeah.
10 3/4. Do you remember that? And you
Uh-huh.
wanted to be older for some reason. I guess
Hmm.
you were more accepted when you were older, but then as you age, you start taking off years. But by the grace of God, I say this is grace to be here. So embrace it. Embrace your age. Do the things that you want to do. Don't limit it yourself to
Yeah.
anything that you think you can't do. You can do anything you think you can do with limitations. Now, there are some limitations that as you get older, you have to
Yeah.
take care of those. But the whole thing about it is you will change. Your body is changing. You mentioned the gray hair. I don't dye my hair. It's gray.
Yes.
It's gray. And I embrace that. And your eyesight may change. I used to have a 2012 vision. Now I have a 2020 vision. 2012 is a perfect vision. And
I
so
didn't get them jeans.
yeah, at some point, though, you start to think about it. Well, that's what aging does. Some people keep their eyesight, but you lose your eyesight somewhat, and then you start losing certain things. But you learn to embrace. When I lost my 2012 vision, I got readers. And so
Hmm.
now I'm still right back where I was. I'm back up to where I need to be. So I think you just have to be sure that whatever you're doing, that you do the best that you can do at your age. I just like to embrace the age, do the things that I want to do. When I was working, I couldn't do these things. I've learned to
Hmm.
swim and
Come
I
on, mama.
had a pool for as long as I can remember and never got in it. And so I learned to swim. I did ice skating, and what else did I do? I learned to dance. We've had dance classes, and this is like classical dancing, and I forgot what you call it, like the waltz and different things.
Ballroom dancing.
Yes,
Hmm.
ballroom dancing. Started doing that, and so these are things that I just wanted to do and be a part of my bucket list.
Yes.
Yes, and so, the second part of that question was, has it changed?
Has that definition shifted over time?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
think it has shifted just because back in the day, like I said, sometimes we used to embrace the age when we were little. We would go up, we wanted to be 18 so badly because at
Okay.
18, you got to do certain things. At
Yeah.
21, you got to drink and all of that in different bars, and you got to go out and you may have upped your curfew, things like that. So, yeah, you embrace the age then, but I think looking at age now, it has shifted because now people are looking at maybe 50 as being 30, the new 30, or 70 to me is the new 50. It's just,
Listen.
it's all in how you look at it. And
Yeah.
yes,
All in how you look at it and all in how you take care of yourself because
that's right.
you
That's
could
right.
be 73 like you and
Mhm.
could be very sick because
Mhm.
you just decided I'm old and I'm not gonna move my body anymore. I'm too tired and all the excuses that can come up. And so I think that it's important as we are getting older to embrace
Mhm.
movements
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
take care of our health. And I know you mentioned, talking about family, how you have seen sickness enter the family. That's something that really pushed me too, to like want to go into health coaching. I
Yes.
want to see people living optimally and not suffering unnecessarily if they don't have to. And
Mm-hmm.
so I just love that you are embracing your age, that you're doing things that you hadn't done before. Like when I saw you swimming, because dad records everything, he sends it to
Yeah.
everybody. I was like, okay, Ron, you better go ahead and swim.
Yeah.
But on top of all that, COVID hit, there's things that come up in life
Mhm.
that can make us pause for a minute.
Mhm.
And when you think about just your journey, what do you feel has kept you going, especially maybe in moments when you felt intimidated at the gym or when you felt like, man, I'm not there yet? What do you feel kept you really moving forward on your journey?
Well, every morning I do a meditation. That's
Mm,
number one. And that's a new thing I do. I didn't do
yeah,
this always. So I do a 7 minute meditation. And I learned that from Bible study. 7 minutes is really all it takes to clear your mind and reflect on what's coming for today. Don't worry
yeah,
about tomorrow. What's coming for today? So I look at today and really try to get into a mood that it's going to be a good day because I'm here by the
yeah,
grace of God. I'm here. So it's going to be a good day. Don't let anything fluster me, whatever it is that gets me to a point of frustration. I have to
mhm,
really sit back and think about that and answer
yeah,
the question to why did that frustrate me and what is it I can do to eliminate that from happening again if it's something in your control. So that's how I look at it. How I stay motivated is I like it. It's what I do now. It's a part of me. So I
yeah,
don't see myself turning back. It's just like I said before, it's like drinking water. It's like
yeah,
eating food. This is something I need. And you have diseases like osteoporosis that will come upon you when you don't move and you
yeah,
start to age, you know what's going to happen. Your body starts to bend, and you lose your height, you lose muscle, you gain fat in all the wrong places. It's a
yeah,
lot of things that can happen by you just not doing what you need to do. And
yeah,
this should have started a long, long time ago. I say to folks out there who have not started a routine of movement and eating
yeah,
correctly and drinking enough water, I say do it now. Don't wait. Because if you do, you're going to have a challenge. You can still do it, but you will definitely have a challenge more so than if you had started right now.
right now. I like that.
Mhm.
Wherever you are, start.
It's
It's, I
just,
think that's where the motivation comes is
mhm.
it sounds like even with you, like when you first started, you were like, oh, this is different. This is a lot.
Yeah, yes.
But if you start, then motivation starts to come because I think you feel better. That dopamine hits the brain. You start
Hmm.
to see your body changing. Do you
That's
feel
right.
like, I feel like people would be curious, how long did it take you to get to this point to
Mm.
where you like going to the gym, you like moving your body? How long do you feel it took you to get there?
Well, this one is a little difficult to answer because I had a friend
Hmm.
that I went to the gym with, and I joined her. She had been going to the gym for a long time. The reason she was going is because of a health issue that could have cost her her life. However, she's very dedicated. And the thing that she did was she worked out hard and intense and for a long, long, long time. And so I got to
Right.
the point I'm just starting and I'm getting up at 4:30 to go to the gym to work out for 3 hours. When you're
Ooh,
just now starting, that can be a little bit taxing on you and
Yeah.
on your body and the bones that haven't moved and muscles that weren't in the position to do all of that. So it was difficult at first. And I would say the first few months, it had to be maybe 2 months. I did that, and then I got to the point where I said, well, I don't think I can do this anymore. I can do it, but I'm going to have to do it modified on
Yeah.
my terms to fit my body because she's
Yeah.
much younger than me and she wasn't taking that into consideration. So I started doing the same thing she was doing, but I may not have done it as long. When I did that, I felt better and I
Mm.
liked it. It wasn't so taxing and I was so exhausted from the workout that I didn't want to go back. So it wasn't like that. It was good. So you have to find your happy median.
Oh, I like
When
that.
you find that, then you know that it's a good thing for you. And that's what I did. And I think it was about 2 months out
Mm.
to do that, but it was because I started out so intense.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's a good point because a lot of people are setting these goals. They're like, I'm going to go all in. I'm setting my goals. I'm going to the gym. And they
Yeah.
go so hard
Hmm.
that they stop either because they got injured or, like you
Right.
said, they're exhausted or their body's aching. I think you're hitting it right on the nail because you have to find what works for you in
Right.
your body and
That's
do
right.
like a gradual buildup over time. You don't have to start hardcore day one. You can build up to where you want to be. And I think that's what makes people more consistent is if they can find their groove, girl, get
Hmm.
your groove back,
Hmm.
and find what works for their body and their schedule and look at their season of life. Like when I had little kids and when you had little kids, it wasn't as easy to go to the gym for 3 hours.
No, no, it
Like we
wasn't.
probably weren't going to the gym for 3 hours at all. We had to figure out how to move our bodies
That's right.
in the meantime. I actually do remember growing up at Oak Brook Drive,
Hmm.
and we had that sofa in the living room, and behind the sofa was a treadmill
Uh-huh.
for a time. And I remember you had wrist weights. I think they were like pink and some ankle weights, and
I
you were on
sure
that
did.
treadmill. Woo! And I remember looking back like, okay, like it's very impressionable. Even though we may not think about it, it's a memory. It's a core memory in my mind seeing you do
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And even though you weren't like Jamila, you have to exercise. That was a seed that you planted
Hmm.
when I was little. The importance of movement, even though you didn't like blatantly just come out and say it. So I think it's so important that we set the example and also that we make sure it makes sense for us in the season of life that we're in. So I love that.
Yes.
I really do. What do you feel? What advice would you give somebody who is like, I'm too old or I'm too far gone to start movement, to start going to the gym, or heck, I can't go to the gym for 3 hours.
Mm.
What advice would you give somebody who's having that mindset?
To change the mindset, first of all.
Yeah.
And then when you change your mindset, you can do anything you want to do. You have to
Yeah.
plan it. You have to prioritize your life because if you get up every morning and you do not put in place what your day will be like, it's going to be a mess, chaotic. And so you really need to plan your day. You might take 5 minutes, and you're not necessarily going to a gym, but you may take 5 minutes a day to start and do a chair exercise. And while you're not cooking or you're not attending to someone. So I would say change your mindset. Don't wait because look around you and see how much sickness is in this
Mm,
world today. Look and see how many loved ones have gone on, passed away. And that makes you really stop and think. You really need to do what you do now and not wait
yeah.
a day longer. You can be 73, 83, 93. There is a woman I have an acquaintance with. I don't know her personally, but I believe she's
Yeah.
86 years old, and she came to our
Mm.
church and she was doing the plank. That plank is when you lift your body on your arms and you stand straight. You know what it is, but she did that and she's 86 years old and she says she's been doing it for many years because before her husband passed away, he told her to promise him that she would continue to do it so that she
Mm.
could live a healthy life and a long life. And believe me, I think it makes a big difference in your life and how long you live. And if you're ill, how quickly you recover from things
Yeah.
because you're fit, because you've drank enough water, because you've eaten properly. You recover better than when you do not do those things. So I'd say don't wait. Change your mindset and do the things that you know you need to do. And it takes willpower. And it is not an easy thing to do, but it does have to be a mindset change.
Yeah.
Willpower is something else. It's a thing you just have to say in your head, I'm going to do this today. There's nothing going to stop me. I'm going to do it. And I'm going
Yeah.
to do it to a point where I can set a goal. I'm not going to say I'm going to do all of this in one day. I'm going to do 5 minutes. And then maybe in 3 or 4 days, I'm going to do 7 minutes. And you work your way up until you get to your allowed time that you need to do what you do. And
Yes.
it'll be better.
I love that.
Mhm.
It's a gradual build.
Yes.
And even if we look at science behind it, it's a dopamine hit. When you accomplish
Mhm.
the little goal, five
Yeah.
minutes,
Yes.
I can do 5 minutes. Then you're
Yeah.
like, I did it. Okay, like you said, a couple of days later, okay, I'm gonna do 7 minutes. So I think there's importance to, like you said, shifting your mindset and starting small. It's okay to
Start
start
small.
small. It is
Hmm.
okay to start small and then keep building from there. Man, Mommy, this is so good.
Thank
I
you.
love it. I
And
love
the
it.
other thing, though, Jamila, that I was thinking about is in our diet. It's so difficult. That's my downfall, but I'm working on it to get
Yeah,
to a point. I have a salad for dinner, and it's a hefty salad. It's not just
yeah.
lettuce and tomatoes. It's got fruits and nuts, berries, and all sorts of things
Mm-hmm.
in it. And I make my own dressing. And
Come
so
on
you
now.
can look up the dressings they're tasty. They're not bad. They're very tasty. And you don't have a lot of salt in the
Yeah,
dressings. I use olive oil, but it actually is a good taste. And I'm thinking, well, that's how we started to change our diet. And believe it or not, that's what I prefer now. So
yeah,
it takes a little while to become habit forming. I think
yeah.
what I've read is about 21 days to
Mm-hmm.
form a habit. So
Mm-hmm.
it takes a little while to get it in your head, but it's true because once you get that habit going, you don't want anything else but that. And so
Yeah,
that's what I do on a diet. I do eat other things. I have a sweet tooth, and every
yeah,
once in a while I want cheesecake, but that's every once in a while. It's not terrible, and I don't deprive myself of something if I'm really craving it. I'll have
right.
it, but I won't have it like just overkill. I'll have it a
Mm-hmm.
little bit and then I'll be done. And so
Yes.
that's how it is.
I think that's important because people who restrict themselves, then your brain is like, you want that cheesecake.
Uh-huh.
If you stop eating it, you want it. It's like you're fighting in a fight with your brain. So I feel
Yeah.
like we should be sustainable
Mhm.
and we should enjoy things, but with mindfulness.
That's
Like,
right.
don't go
Exactly.
crazy. Don't go
Exactly.
crazy. But it also made me think, can we just normalize being 86 years old and doing a plank? Can we normalize being 73 and going to the gym? Why is the norm, although I think it is shifting, being 86 you're in a wheelchair. Being 86, you're bedridden. Being 86, your bones are breaking.
No.
I really hope from this episode, people can see the power in no matter how old you are, you can truly change your body. You
Mm-hmm.
can change your bone density.
Yes.
You can
Yeah.
feel better. You can have energy in spite of what the norm says.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love, love, love. Again, you inspire me. I love seeing you going to the gym. I love seeing you changing the way you eat. And in fact, to your point, when I try to go eat fast food, like, every once in a while,
Can't do
I,
it.
I might have a hamburger. Ooh, oh Lord, mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
My
You
body
feel
said, nope, 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 don't do that.
yeah. And see, that's your mindset shift
Hmm.
because you can't visualize putting that in your system now. You're
Yeah,
probably mentally thinking about it like, oh, look what I'm about to eat.
yeah,
And you eat it, you don't like it as much as you used to like it. So
yeah,
it does change how you live and it becomes a part of you. And
yes,
so I just think normalizing 73 or 83 or 90 or even someone that's in their late 90s to get up and go walking. I think that's a wonderful thing and it is a normal thing, but we in society thinks that once you pass 40 that this is impossible. You can't do it, but you can
mhm,
do it, and it can become a normal thing. You see just as many elderly folks in a gym than you see, or as you see, younger people.
yeah,
So it just is a matter of changing what society expects of you. And
yeah,
society expects to see the younger people doing all these different things. But
yeah.
now you can change that yourself and be a part of the statistics
That's
that
right.
that
That's
you are
right.
going to do the right thing and become more healthier and live longer. And you're going to see a lot of elderly people walking and driving still because, at 70, 80, 90, they start taking your car keys from you or they
Yeah.
will want to put you in a skilled nursing facility or put you in a wheelchair because you keep falling. It's things like that. And you don't
Hmm.
want that for your elderly years. I think
Right.
I don't want to be a burden on somebody else because I'm so
Hmm.
unhealthy in my old age that I've got to be a burden or I have to go to somebody else's home or a nursing home to
Yeah.
survive and live the rest of my life. I want to
Yeah.
be vibrant and ready to go and travel and do the things that
Yes.
I've been doing. So, yes,
Yes.
that's my goal. That's my goal.
I like it. That's the why
Uh-huh.
behind it. That I
Yeah.
think that's a big reason that you are staying motivated too.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people need to know what their why is
That's
so
right.
that they can stay motivated because I want to have good quality of life
Yeah.
all throughout my years. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to just have health span, as they say, like you're living along. You could live to be 101, but if the quality of life when I'm 101 is
Quality.
terrible,
Mm-hmm.
uh, who wants to live like that?
It's the quality of life. So you're living to be 100 and you're in a wheelchair or you're bedridden. What quality of life do you have to get up or not get up every morning, but just wake up and lie still in bed
Yeah,
day after day until it's time to go to sleep again and wake up the next morning and do the exact same thing? That's what my
yeah,
mother did. My mother went through several years of that until she
hmm,
passed away. The quality of life was not there, not
yeah,
there at all. And so you don't want that. You do not
yeah,
want that. God gives us grace and mercy to be here. We should make the best of His temple because it is His temple.
That's right.
that
And
we
this is the
love.
only one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. That's a whole word right there.
yeah,
And we could do a whole other podcast on that one because
yeah,
at the end of the day, this is it. This is the only vehicle that we'll
that's
have.
great.
And if people can really understand that, stop damaging their body. Like we are a luxury vehicle.
Yes, I like it.
And the same way we take care of our luxury cars,
Mm-hmm.
we need to take even better care of these temples. So
That's
that's a
right.
good word. So I want to ask you this last question.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a little quick refire questions. But this one, if you could look back and talk to your younger self, what would you say about health and self care?
Don't wait. I would
Mm,
say, self, don't wait. Do it now. I would say that first of all, because what you do when you're younger is you just living for the day. You
yeah,
live and you just think that's all life is about. But as you age and you get that wisdom,
yeah,
you start to think differently. So if I had done this 30 years ago, I think I'd be in much better shape. So I'm so happy to see that you're doing it now. As you age, you're going to be phenomenal because right now, this is when people should do it. They should start when they're a kid and just keep going, don't stop. But we don't
yeah,
do it. We are so busy with life that
yep,
it is killing us. We're busy with life
yeah,
and doing some of everything that's probably unnecessary. Our work is important for us, but it is what we do to survive in this world, but it
yeah,
has to have a stopping point too. So
yeah,
you have to get to a point where you say, I'm going to work and I'm going to give 100% to this work from this time to this time. And then I'm going to stop and I'm going to dedicate the rest of this time to me and my family. I'm going to
mm,
have some time for me. I got to have that me time. Even if it's 10 minutes, you still
yeah,
need me time. And then I'm not going to involve work. And now today, with the phones and the laptops, and you got social media, you tend to take away from yourself and take away from your family because that's more important to you. Or you
yep,
think it is. You think it is. But
yeah,
I'm telling you, you'll regret that later. Now, when I was back in the day telling self this, I didn't have social media. We didn't have cell phones. And we had dumb computers. So I didn't have
right,
any problem, but I do now. So
yeah,
I'm just saying it's a thing that you have to do now. And the last thing, but it's the first thing you should do is always give your worries to God. If you worry about work and how you're going to balance
yeah,
your life day and night and family and all the other things that go along with just living, give it to God and pray about it. And I think things will work out for you. I think He hears your prayer and He's
yeah,
going to work it out for you. He sees that you're doing what you need to do. He's going to do the rest.
that's
So I
right.
always say, if it's not in your control, let it go. Let God.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And you remind me, I remember when I was stressed about working this job that I was working 12 hours a day. And I came to
Yeah.
you, Mama, I don't have any time for my kids. I'm just coming home late.
Yeah.
And you said you have to set boundaries for
Hmm.
yourself.
Yeah.
And it'll be there tomorrow, Jamila. It'll be
Hmm.
there tomorrow.
Hmm.
And I appreciate all of your words of encouragement, and you keep it real with me.
Yeah.
But it is important that we set boundaries for
Yeah.
ourselves, especially when it comes to work. Because yes,
Mhm.
we do want to give 100%. We want to work in excellence. But I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who have neglected their self because of working.
Mhm.
They have neglected their health. They're eating out. They don't
Mhm.
exercise. They're not sleeping. They're
Mhm.
stressed. All
That's
of these things. It's not worth it
no, it's
at the
not.
end of the day. It's not worth it.
I had a
So,
friend at work who
mhm,
had a good example of that is we are I was in marketing during
yeah,
my career, and marketing never stops. And so this friend was off work. He said he was at home, and the vice president called and said, well, I need you to do this and look up this and that. And he said he removed the phone from his ear and looked at it. You know how you just look at the phone? And he said he couldn't believe she was calling. He said he just told her, are you kidding me? He said,
right.
it is 10 o'clock at night. He says, I
Oh,
am not going to look up nobody's email at 10 o'clock tonight. And I guess she just thought, whenever I call, you're just supposed to jump. And
yeah,
we have to set those boundaries for even those people that are above us and say, look, I have family and I got some things I have to do outside of work. So,
that's
and he
right.
told her, and she never called him again after that. So sometimes it
Well,
works, and it's a way to say it. You don't have to say it in a bad way, but you
yeah,
let them know what your cutoff time is. And I'm going to give you 100% when I'm there, and I promise that. But
yeah,
afterwards, then let me have some time to me, or you'll lose your sanity.
yes. You'll lose
Yes.
your sense. Well, good for him for speaking up because
Yeah,
that's
it was funny because he said it like that. He said, no, it's 10. I will check it in the morning at 8 o'clock.
okay. Lady, are you serious? But he needed to say that because now she's like you said, she didn't call back
She
after
didn't
that.
come. Yeah,
So those boundaries are important. Listen, I
yes,
love
they
it.
are.
Well, mommy, this is so wonderful. I so appreciate everything that you are saying, your wisdom. I want to do, I call it groove check because
Okay,
this is girl, get your groove back.
okay.
And it's basically like rapid fire questions. So I'm going to ask the questions and you have 10 seconds to answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, one wellness trend that you swear by and one that you'd leave behind.
Uh, moving the body. That's my trend. And one I'd leave behind is just not eating everything I want,
Mm,
but things
mhm.
that I truly need to help my body to flourish.
Okay. Coffee, tea, or green juice, and how do you take it?
I like rice coffee, which is a new thing that I've started since I've been working out. It's supposed to work with the muscles and really help you to rejuvenate. So I like it.
Yeah. Okay, that's the mushroom coffee.
It's a mushroom coffee. It's
Nice,
good.
mama.
It's really good. You should do some research on it. It's called RYZE, I believe.
Do you take
Rice.
it black or do you add anything to it?
Yeah, I do add one equal, not an equal. It's a, what do you call it? One of those
Stevia?
sweeteners, one of those packets of sweetener, and I use creamer,
Mm-hmm.
like
Okay.
2 caps of creamer. That's it.
Yeah. Nice.
Uh,
Very good. Okay, what's one thing that instantly shifts your energy?
Shifts it in a good way. Um, Being with my
Yeah.
family.
Mm,
I love it when we all get together and we do our thing, and or even just going out to eat together. That's a wonderful thing. It's a good
yes.
feeling. I love. being with my grandbabies and my children and
Yes.
my husband.
Yes, we got to plug him in there too. We got to plug
Yeah.
him in. Okay, your power word for this season.
Hmm. I think the power word would be one word.
One word.
Okay. I'm going to say move.
Move.
Just move.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so if you could pass one lesson on to the next generation of women, what would it be?
The lesson is to remember that time doesn't wait for you,
Mm,
and you should do the things you are thinking about doing right now. Just do it. Shift your mind and do it. It'll
yeah,
make a big difference as you age.
yeah, I
Mhm.
love that.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Woo!
And you know what? The other thing I was just thinking about was have gratitude.
Mm,
I think gratitude is so important because we always tend to think about what we don't have, and
yeah,
we have so much, but we don't think about it like that. But think
yes,
about the things that you do have and be grateful for those things.
yes,
And I want to say this one thing, always help somebody because you never know when you might be in that position. So just
mm,
always help. And if you're in a position to help someone, help them.
mm,
I feel like that, and I think I'll always be that way. I just like helping people, not to get anything back from it, just
mhm.
because I know they needed help, and I know that's what God wanted me to do.
Yes,
Yeah,
I got that from you.
yeah.
I feel you on that because that's a desire of my heart also
Mhm.
is to help people.
Yeah.
And the gratitude thing, I know we had talked about this before I roll out of bed and I'm still kind of somewhat asleep, but I'm awake.
Mm-hmm.
I start automatically thinking about 10 things that I'm grateful for. It just starts
Oh,
coming
that's
in. I've been doing
good.
it. Yeah, I've been doing it for about a month now.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be simple like, thank you for breath. I got breath
Mm-hmm.
this morning.
Yeah.
And thank you for my eyesight. Thank you for my legs.
Mm-hmm.
Simple, simple things. And it's really changed, excuse me, it's changed the trajectory of my day, I
Yeah.
believe. I believe it's really made my day just flows better. I have so much more positivity in my day because I'm not
Yes.
focused on the negative. So that's a
Yes.
good plug to say.
Mm.
This gratitude
Stay
is important.
positive. Yeah. I
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely. Well, mommy, thank you so much
You're
for
so
being my
welcome.
first official guest.
Yeah.
I knew this was going to be beautiful and amazing. I'm going to cherish this. I so appreciate you. And thank you to the listeners for joining us today. Please like, share, and subscribe and drop a comment and let us know what resonated with you from our episode today. So much love. I love you, Mom.
Love you too.
And until next time,
All right. Thank you, Jamila.
yes.
Bye bye.